Hello, everybody. We'll give people a few minutes here to get on. I hope people can hear me. I'll get over here to light a little bit. Well, hello. I just wanted to welcome everybody. This is something I've started. I decided to call this Friday Night Pints. Welcome from Buffalo, New York, to those on the East Coast. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening. For those on the West Coast, it's just beginning in the afternoon. And welcome everybody to this call. As you can see, I have my pint here with me. I'm supporting my local team who are playing right now against Montreal and not doing well. But it's just the beginning. So hopefully, right, I'll give out some good vibes and send them down that way. I'm glad you're here tonight. We have something I think that's very important to discuss. And I like Friday evenings because this is where you get the chance to unwind after the long week, and you get used to having a beverage and thinking about job well done, weekend coming up. Should be some fun stuff going on, and I hope your weekend is looking fun filled. But I want you to think about a couple things over the weekend. I've been decided to kind of I've been stuck living paycheck to paycheck, and that's one of the things I wanted to discuss tonight. And I had a little incident that happened to me. For those of you who don't know me, and I'll get into this a little bit later. I'm a firefighter paramedic. Have been for several years, and I had an incident over the weekend, or last weekend, where I strained my back on a call for a patient, and I was laid up for a few days. Much better today, but it got me to thinking that, and this leads in perfectly to what we're going to talk about tonight. What do you do if something happens? We had some money set aside, not a lot, but enough to cover. Thank God it was only a few days. But what if it was something longer? What if it was something where you were laid up for months, maybe a year, maybe even more? I know there's disability that's available to some people, but not everybody. Other people do have some money set aside, but a lot of people struggle. And I think it's a very real topic to a lot of people, especially a lot of us that are living paycheck to paycheck. It's not a good way to live. We struggle to pay the bills, but everything gets done. for my family. So I've been investigating different ways of making money, adding to our income, and that's why a lot of you are here tonight, because you're in the same boat, I think, as I am, and you're looking for other ways to make more income. So with that being said, why don't we jump right to it? And let me do a screen share here. Okay. I hope everybody can see the screen here. This is what we call monthly moolah. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, but I found it kind of catchy. So that's what we're gonna go with here. A little background on me. My name is Mike. This is my family right here. I am there on the right, my wife Susanna on the left, and my daughter Diana in the middle, on a recent vacation over this past summer in the mountains. As you can see, the picture on the right here is, like I said, I am a paramedic firefighter. I have been for over 20 years. This is me on a drill night, just hanging out. It's something I am very passionate about, something I love to do. But like I said, it is rather concerning if you do get hurt. You know, where does the income come in from? Down here at the bottom is my other hobby. I autocross fast cars. This is my current Volkswagen GTI going through the course. It's another thing I enjoy doing. So basically, if the takeaway from this is, I like some excitement, and I don't like life to be boring. So I'm always looking for different things that add a little bit more excitement, and making your own income can definitely give you nice vacations, more fun, and more security. So basically, what happened? I know a lot of you were probably told the same thing I was, that you go out, you go to school, go to college, you study hard, so you can come out and get a good job. And then once you get your job, you hold on to it for dear life. You save, you live within your means. You know, you plan for retirement. And I did all that. I got the job. I stayed with it, like I told you, for about 20 years. We've been living within our means, trying to make everything work. We've been, you know, trying to put stuff into our retirement accounts. But even though we have a decent sized chunk in our retirement accounts, you look today and people are telling us, my financial planner's telling us, that we're going to need, you know, at least $1 million to retire comfortably. And we're nowhere close to that. And I know a lot of you are worried about that too. So I started thinking years ago, there's got to be a better way. So I started studying, looking at a bunch of different things. I started looking at some different alternatives, and what I came across was something where I needed to have income that I can control, not somebody else, not going to a job where, you know, at any minute they can tell you that, okay, you're done, and you have to go and figure out where to go from there. I'd like it to be passive. Passive income is income that you either do something once and get paid for over and over again, like let's say writing a book, or something along those lines, where once the work is done, you constantly get paid, whether you're doing anything or not. I think it's very important to have something web-based nowadays. I mean, if you look around, anywhere you go, people are on the internet, people are on their phones, on computers. The phones they're making nowadays are coming up to almost computer size now. So there's so much that can be done, and I think that's where the big money is going to be in the near future. And I want something that will work even when I'm not, even when I'm sleeping. It's an amazing experience to come in and open your computer the next morning, find out that your bank account got bigger. It's an awesome feeling in the world, and that's what we need to get to at this point. So I looked into a bunch of different things. I looked into real estate. I looked into and like I said, there's nothing wrong with any of these things. It's just nothing seemed to fit well for me. We have real estate. I looked into stocks and options trading. In fact, I do a lot of that still right now. I find that pretty exciting. But it's not for everybody. To be able to go into work trading, you start off in the morning and you could, and it's happened to me, you could end up at the end of the day worse off than when you started. That's part of trading, unfortunately. But I do find it fun. It is rewarding, and it can be lucrative. I looked into franchising. Franchising is extremely expensive, but for anybody who's ever opened a McDonald's knows that it's also extremely lucrative. Looked into a traditional business model, brick and mortar business, and it's just the whole thing with having to put up so much money and a lot of capital that you had to raise, and the possibility of not making any money just didn't seem like a good business model right off the bat. So I think web business is where it's at. You have low overhead, you have low startup costs. A lot of the stuff, a lot of the apps and programs are out there right now are free or free trials. So I researched a bunch of them, took some classes, and then I kind of fell into a business model that I thought was fantastic. I met a couple guys, Greg and Joshua Ryder, who started this company, got me hooked into starting membership websites. Now, the membership website is something where people, if you give them value, they will pay you on a month-to-month basis. So you have the continuing income. This is the income that happens when you're sleeping. All it requires you to do is set up one time with different values depending on your skill set. You can do newsletters, you can do courses, you can do a whole bunch of different things. And people pay you on a monthly basis until they decide to cancel. And the money just keeps rolling in. I think it's a great business model, and I've been hooked ever since. So like I said, this met all my criteria. It's web-based. This is the thing I love about it is you get to teach people skills that you already know. This is you don't have to go out and learn anything new other than the how to use the software and how to market. But let's say you want to teach somebody how to knit. You can put a course online. You can have people pay every month for learn how to knit hats one month, learn how to knit scarves another month, something like that. You could teach people how to play golf if you're good at golf. I've taught people how to snowboard. There's so many different things that you could teach people how to do. And the best part about it is you do it once, you do a video, you put it up on the site, which is super easy to do. And then people pay you on a monthly basis to learn that skill. Like I said, it's passive, and the biggest thing is it's duplicatable. You can do this as many times as you want. You can take every skill set that you know, make a video, teach it to other people, and have people pay you for it. The answer I come up with is a website that I call monthlyMoolah.com. And I think this is kind of the answer to our prayers, I think. This is a complete step-by-step course, taken you by the hand. Of course, takes you from inception, content creation, marketing. It's all in one package, and it's really, really very simple to use. it it talks about your niche selection, the best niches to get into, how to find out your skill set, and then it takes you from that point to taking your skill set, video. It goes over audio. It goes over even having other people doing it for you and creating content that way. And then it tells you how to put it all on the site, how to organize it the best way that you can. And then after that, it takes you through the marketing of it. Teaches you how to get the word out using Facebook, using JV partnerships. If you don't know what that is, it's all in there in the course. It talks about how to market just emails, blast emails, sending stuff out over the net, so that you can get the word out, so that people can find out what you're teaching, and they can get a hold of it, and then you can profit from it. The course itself is very easy to do. Everything is basically plug and play, and you can have you can have something set up so that you can teach people in probably a weekend. It depends on how much content and videos that you're putting into it. But if there's only a few videos, if you're doing it on a month-to-month basis, you can set up 1 month in a weekend easily. I've done it myself. So with that being said, let's see. Yeah, it goes through picking the niche, how to create the content, tell you how to price your course, how to market it, and the beauty of this is you can do it. You can charge people on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis, and that can be recurring payments, and that's where your passive income comes from. So what I'm offering tonight, for a limited time, offering you the complete beginning to end full access membership to the site today. Monthly Moolah normally sells for $9.97. It's a one-time cost for lifetime access. So, but for the week, and for you guys that are sitting through my inaugural Friday Night Pints webinar here, I want to give you guys a break, so I'm drastically cutting the price. We're going to do it for $3.97 for this upcoming week. We're going until the next Friday, and you can get the whole course for a slash course of $3.97. And we're also offering a 3-time payment option too, $139 a month for 3 months, which I think is a no-brainer to me. Everything is all complete, full money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied with anything. But even with the 3-payment option, once you pay for that first month, you get full, complete access to the course, and you can go through it. I think this is a fantastic product. I've used it myself for a while. I think it's great. I think you guys would love it too. So that is the offer that I have right now. And basically the only question right now is, what's holding you back? I think it's time to jump in and make a change for your life, so that you can start getting some of this passive income. And from all the stuff that I've researched, I think this is one of the easiest ways to do it. So right now, if you want to jump over and jump on board with the rest of us, here are the 2 websites for the full payment option for $3.97. It's a monthly Moolah, one word, .com. And for the 3-month payment option, it's the monthly Moolah, one word, 3pay.com. I'll leave that up there for a little bit, and you guys can jump over and try those out. The sites are all ready to go. All you have to do is jump on it. In fact, let me give you a little. And here is a picture of monthly Moolah right now. So you can jump right over, and you can just hit this gain access button right here, and here's a list of you can look at the list, you can peruse the list and see all the different courses that are different lessons that we have in there, how to create camcorder videos, how to create audios, everything is included. And by the time you're done, you'll be able to set up your monthly membership site and be able to start collecting money. So basically, it comes down to opportunities knocking. And you know, I know life gets in the way, but opportunity is knocking. And I think at this point, you need to open the door. And I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on this this webinar. And let me see if I can get back to my screen here. No, bear with me, folks. I'm sorry. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. If I can't get my face back up on the screen, I apologize. But I hope you found this informative, and I hope you really enjoy what we have to offer you. I think it's a fantastic deal, and it's something that you really should look into, and I hope to see you on the other side. With that said, take care, and I hope you have a great evening.